I'm Shreya, a mixed media artist and an art educator. Welcome to my channel Color Me Creative. Today I'm going to show you how you can use this basic palette of this 5 colors plus black and white. So 7 colors, and you can create a beautiful mixture of tints and shades. So I'm going to explain you what is tints and shades, how it works. First, let's go through the basic palette. So all you need for this tutorial is, all you need to practice this is cadmium yellow hue, Winsor blue. You can also use Prussian blue or ultramarine blue. The shades might differ a little bit, but you can try either Winsor blue or Prussian blue or ultramarine blue. Cadmium red. I have cadmium red hue. You can also use cadmium red. Alizarin crimson, permanent alizarin crimson, both are okay, and burnt umber. Along with these 5 colors, we'll need white and black. Okay, so let's quickly go through what is tints. Tints is basically mixing any color with white. It produces tint of that color. It tones the color down, and it gives you the lighter version of that color. And you can create like a variety of colors using just mixing these 5 colors and white with it. So we'll start with I'll move this on the side. We'll start with yellow first. So I'm mixing straight on the paper. So putting yellow with white. I am just taking a little bit of white here on the side because we are going to use it for other colors also, so it's easier. I like to go for the bigger tube, and this is my preference. Use palette knife to mix paints. Don't use your paintbrush. Just take a little bit, 1 scoop of white, and mix it with yellow. And see how beautiful shade of yellow we got. Next, we are going with cadmium red. Mixing cadmium red with white, just a pinch of white, mix it. So that gives us peach color or coral shade of red. I like to use wet wipes to clean my palette knife. Next, we're going with alizarin crimson. Just a little bit of crimson and 1 scoop of white, mix it, and we get pink. It's a beautiful shade of pink. Let me put this here so you know this is the yellow, and this is the original shade of yellow, and that's mixed with white. This one is red. Mixed with white, just to show you how we can change the shades. And that's alizarin crimson. You can add more white, you can add less white depending on what shade you are looking for. That's crimson. We added white to this, we got pink. This is cadmium red. Adding white, it gives you coral peach color. Yellow, adding white, you can add more white to yellow to make it more lighter. Next, we are going with blue. So a little bit of blue. This is Winsor blue. You can also use Prussian blue or ultramarine blue. Sticking a little bit here on the side just for the reference later. Now take a scoop of white, mix it with Winsor blue, and that's the light blue, sky blue shade. You can add a little bit of more white to make it lighter. That's the sky blue shade, and spread it across. Again, clean it on the wet wipe. Wet wipes are best to clean your palette knives. Next is burnt umber. So burnt umber, a little bit of burnt umber, and I'm just taking this on side to compare for later, to compare between two shades, and taking some white, mixing it with blue also got mixed with it, it's okay. Mixing it with the burnt umber, and that's a earthy color, that's beige color, light brown. Now you can also take black and mix it with white. I'm not going to pour that. Just taking a little bit of black from the tube using my palette knife. Take some black here on the side. I know everyone knows how black looks like. This time I'm going to take a little bit of white from this side so we don't mix it with blue. I took more white because it's black, so black is a very dark color, as you know. So just to see the shade difference, you need to add more white. That's a beautiful gray tone. If you keep adding more and more white to it, its tone keeps changing. So this is tints. So these are our tints. Now let's move to shades. You might have heard this term, shade of this color, shade of that color, but you might never have thought how to create shades. So let's move this paper on the side and start with shades. So for tints, we mixed white with these 5 paints. Now for shades, if you mix black with any color palette, you get a usually it gives you a darker tone of that color, but sometimes it changes the tone completely. For example, if you add black to green, you'll get dark green. But if you add yellow, this is cadmium yellow. If you add cadmium yellow, just like white, I'm going to take out some black here so that we can easily mix it with all the colors. So back with the palette knife. So if you mix black with green, you get dark green. But this is yellow, put a shade here for the yellow so we know which color we started with. So for yellow, if you mix a little bit of black, and when you're mixing black, make sure that you take enough quantity, very less black, otherwise if you mix with any color, it will turn it to black. So I'm just taking a little bit of black and mixing with yellow, and it gives olive green color. If you can see it gives you the olive green shade. So mixing cadmium yellow with black, very less black, depending on the quantity of your cadmium yellow, it gives you the olive green. Next is red. I mean, for most of the colors, if you mix black with them, it gives you the darker version of black. darker version of that color, sorry. But with this 5 colors, cadmium yellow, burnt umber, cad red, Windsor blue, and alizarin crimson, it gives you a completely different shade. So I mixed yellow and black and it gave me olive. Let's see if you mix cadmium red with black, just taking a little bit of cadmium red here so we can compare the shade of red with before after. I'm just taking a little bit of black and mixing with red, and we get maroon color. It's blood red, dark red color. See, it's maroon. It's technically not dark red, it's maroon. Okay. Next is alizarin crimson. Now, do you want to guess like what color it will give if you mix alizarin crimson with black? Any guesses? You can comment your guesses you can write your guesses in the comments. What color will you get when you mix alizarin crimson with black? Let's see. Because we have very little crimson, so I'm just taking very little black and mixing it with crimson. It gives you the plum color. I'm just adding a little bit more black. Yeah. So it gives you the plum color. It's blood red color. The tone changed. It gives you plum color. So next time, remember, whenever you're painting plums, mix crimson with black. Let's put the paints aside, which we have already used. Let's try burnt umber first. Let's try burnt umber with black. Any guesses what this will give you? Burnt umber with black. Taking a little bit of black, mixing with burnt umber, it gives you chocolate color. It gives you chocolate color. So whenever you feel like eating chocolate, just mix these colors and look at them. Save some calories. Next, blue. Now if you mix blue, Windsor blue, I'm using Windsor blue, you can use Peruvian blue or ultramarine blue, and mix just a little bit of, start with mixing less black. If you want to change the tone, you can add more black, but if you add more black, it will just make all of the color black. So Peruvian blue is simple. If you use any of the blue, if you mix it with black, it gives you the darker version of that color, just like any other colors. Mixing more black, I want it to get more dark. I'm using my palette knife to spread this so that you can see how the tone changed. Sometimes it looks like black, but it's not black. It still have the hint of blue in it. So that's all. You can play around mixing white with olive green, mix olive green with maroon, and then mix black with it and see what shades or tints you get. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you liked it, please follow, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching.